Hey, I'm Tom.
And I'm Tanner.
Welcome to episode 112 of Bird Squawk.
What a draft, Howie. What a draft, Eagles.
Howie, I'm giving you the standing ovation, Howie.
Killed it. This last weekend in Vegas was an absolute beauty by the Eagles as they literally did everything that everyone wanted. They somehow read the mind of everybody and did the exact things that now put this team in, I don't know where, but they're a lot better today than they were when we were talking to you last week. Hopefully you checked out the video on Friday when we talked about Jordan Davis and A.J. Brown, but it continued on Friday and throughout the weekend. So we're going to recap the draft now today. And my goodness, how good was that, people? How excited are we now as the season gets close?
Who have I been talking about? I wanted.
They got
Who
the
did
guy.
I want? 2 years in a row, baby, that we got the guy I was talking about. Nakobe freaking Dean.
What a steal. This kid is going to be in the third round. I personally don't know what's all going on with it, but even if he is hurt, and even if he can't play this year, he is still going to be a steal in the third round. Even if he redshirts this year, which he won't, but even if he would have had to.
He's coming in with a big chip on his shoulder.
It's just,
oh man,
unbelievable.
just what we've been looking for. We've been looking for a linebacker that can play sideline to sideline, be a leader. All that we hear about is what this kid did when he stepped into that locker room in Georgia. True leader, took over. Might be premature, but I'm calling this kid our Ray Lewis.
We'll have to see.
I'm calling it.
I think he has a lot of potential. I mean, it's just boggling to me. Even I know the size was an issue, and I really don't know the full extent to the injuries or whatever. But he was a top 10 prospect going into the draft, and he dropped to the third round, where the Eagles actually took him. They actually took him in the third round.
Shocked the world because, you know, the second round he was still there.
Yep. And
they pulled it. They took his center, which I
like it now. Yeah.
But I was like, typical Eagles.
Yeah.
You're taking a center.
That's exactly what I was like, too. I was like, no. Like, right when they did it, I was like, who is this guy? I was like, not a center. But then Kelsey gave his approval. He's really high on him. So that obviously is a sure thing to me. You have a lot of success with Landon Dickerson, even though he was a center out of the draft last year. Seems like you can get guard play from him. So if this kid's the center of the future, Kelsey gave the approval. That's huge. That's huge.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, and then we go out and get, you know, Jalen's tight end from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, it's pretty evident that they decided we're going to give this kid some weapons.
Dude, as they should, but
we're going to give this kid some weapons, and now, you know, we're going to sit back and see what he can do with it. It's your team, baby. Let's see what happens.
I mean, just unbelievable. Round one, Jordan Davis looks good. Like, they just...
Big boy.
They just...
Big boy.
Did what they needed to.
Damn.
Defensive line.
Run stuff.
You had old guys needed to get young. Even the younger guys were not living up to the hype. You take Jordan Davis in the first round. You then trade for A.J. Brown. Don't forget about that.
God.
You trade for A.J. Brown. Second round, you get Kelsey's future replacement, a guy that he loves, going to tutor, going to learn so much under him in this year with Kelsey. In the third round, you get the steal of the draft in Nakobe Dean. This linebacker core is all of a sudden exciting.
I just want to say this one more time. Nakobe freaking Dean.
It is.
Can you believe it?
You now have Nakobe Dean, that Kaiser White kid who's coming in, who is a lot of fun. And you have TJ Edwards still from last year, who isn't anything to write home about, but is solid. It's going to be one of the better linebacker rooms this team has had in a long time.
Hassan Reddick?
Yeah, even though he'll be more on like the edge and whatever,
I know,
but he's still a stud.
But I mean, wow.
And then the fourth round, or wherever, no, it was like the sixth round because they traded a bunch of picks. You take this kid from Kansas, which obviously I'm not going to act like I know a lot about this kid.
No.
But it looks like
he has a high motor, though.
Looks like he, at the Senior Bowl, he was looking good in drills and stuff, so never knowing that. And then you take Grant Calcaterra and in your last pick, and there's a Jalen connection with that too. And
then you go out in the undrafted
Yeah, and you
market,
got some good
and you
kids
pick
there.
up some dudes there. I mean, you pick up that Goodrich.
Yep.
You know, you pick up Job.
Yep.
I mean, obviously, you know, there's
Carson
still
Strong.
Strong. Woo. But obviously, there's still that need for a veteran
It
on that
sucks.
back end.
It sucks that Honey
You know,
Badger, but the writing was on the
dude
wall.
wanted too
It
much
felt
money. Plus, he went back home.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That was the big thing.
The guy I want now is Bradbury.
He's going to be available.
Giants are going to let him walk.
Yep.
We ought to pick his butt up like right away.
That's the main thing. I
know?
mean, I know they made it seem like they were all right with safety, but you're gonna need a Steven Nelson's type signing at corner, and you're gonna need a vet guy at safety. But those are the only two glaring issues right now.
From what we've been saying, you know, and I'm not losing any faith in Howie. We talked about this. They got a plan.
Yeah.
They've got a plan for this secondary.
Yeah.
It just hasn't come together yet. But they're going to do something.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely will. Even if it's not anything flashy, like I said, I think it's going to be a very, like, Steven Nelson type signing. But Steven Nelson was fine last year. That's why I would have all right bringing him back. But you move on from him, and you're going to try and fill that in. But you're shoring up the holes. And this team, I'm not, like, declaring this team to be, like, contenders or anything. But they have closed the gap with the Cowboys to contend for this division this year, without a doubt.
We win this division this year. Now, I'm saying it. We win this division because we got youthful, which is what we wanted.
Yep.
And I think we brought in some studs.
That's the thing.
Some playmakers.
You got youthful, but for the second year in a row with the draft, you killed it. And you found out that teams that are in the national championship, teams that play in the SEC, they're pretty good, right? Yeah, I mean, you took Devontae and Landon Dickerson from Bama last year. They won the national championship. Then you took Nakobe Dean and Jordan Davis from Georgia this year, who just won the national championship.
I mean,
guys that are proven in the best conference in college football.
I just want you guys to just sit back right now, close your eyes, envision yourself at the link like we will be there in our seats every week, and you're going to have Devontae Smith on one side and A.J. Brown on the other side.
Yep.
If I'd have told you that a month ago, you guys would have been over the freaking moon. I mean,
that's the thing.
It is unbelievable.
That's all they needed. If they could have just done that for the draft and bombed all the other picks, and people probably would have been happy. But they actually nailed the picks.
We talked for months about just getting a veteran, just bringing in a veteran receiver, and we got a veteran who is like 24 years old.
That is still mind-boggling to me, and sounds like I watched the presser. Sounds good. Sounds like he's coming in. Sounds like he's ready to win. And he said the right things. He looks good. And the age thing is just crazy.
You know, the pressure now. Yeah, you know, I'm not being Debbie Downer or changing my mind. But pressure now. Not only on Jalen, but this is on Saucy. To get that ball distributed to these weapons.
Well, that's what I said. I think I said on Friday that this team is not going to be running the ball the most this year, without a doubt. They are not going to be at all the same offense they were last year. They're still going to run the ball probably pretty effectively, but you have Devontae Smith, who we were saying all last year needed to touch the ball more,
man, yeah.
and now you have A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
So they're going to definitely throw the ball more.
I mean, these guys got to be hitting some slants, and they got to be blowing the top off of some of these defenses, you know? We got to be taking some shots and still sprinkling in that run. But, I mean, you know, A.J.'s going to need the ball. Yeah. Devontae's going to need the ball. Yeah. So,
I mean, Goddard's going to get in there, too.
The pressure's on Saucy, and I think the pressure's on Gannon now. We got you some weapons now, dude. Let's see what this defense can do.
Well, exactly. This is what we were saying this offseason. Everyone was calling for everyone's head at the end of the season that Gannon was garbage, that Saucy was like, and that Jalen was, But we were like, it still really wasn't that deep of a team last year. They snuck into the playoffs, which was great, but they snuck into the playoffs. This year, once again, I'm not proclaiming anything, but this team is a lot lot better than what they were last year.
That's all we talked about at the end of the season, right? Let's get better.
Yep.
Let's get better. Let's not lose sight that this schedule will be a little bit more competitive this year. All right. But we cannot say anything negative about what Howie did, man. Howie added weapons.
They got better, and they got younger with that better. Hassan Reddick, Kaiser White, A.J. Brown, Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean.
We talked about all these draft picks, and we talked about hitting on every one of them. And I'm pretty sure they hit on every one of them.
At least the ones that are important. I think you hit on Jordan Davis. I think you hit on Nakobe Dean. I think Cam Jurgens, not if you're going to see a lot of him this year, but I think down the line he's going to be big. I think those last two guys are going to be like a solid backup or rotate. Like Johnson's going to be one of those rotation guys.
I see that Calcaterra or whatever his name is coming in the red zone.
Yeah.
You know, another big guy.
Yeah, I think he's that backup
target,
tight end.
You know, down there to catch the ball. I'm excited, man.
I am juiced.
I cannot wipe the smile from my face because after so many years of just misery on draft weekend, these past two drafts have just been unbelievable. I mean, and I say kiddingly, it took Howie how many years to figure out that they play football in the SEC, you know? But these past 2 years, you know,
it seems like he's
done it.
He's learned from his mistakes finally. He knows not to overthink it, not to try to be the smartest guy in the room, and take the guys that you like and that fit your scheme and that are proven dudes.
And we're sitting at a nice spot for next year.
Exactly.
I mean, you know, the thing I heard today is like the quarterback thing could be like 6 deep next year. I don't even know all of them, but they're saying it could be 6 deep. So, hey, if Jalen can't get it done, we're sitting in a spot where we can go get somebody.
That's the main thing. And if he's not,
I would
then
love
we're
that
sitting.
kid.
Exactly.
We've always said it. We want the kid to succeed.
Yep.
We do.
That's just the thing. We are
not haters.
If he steps up, becomes that guy this year, you're sitting beautiful because you still have those picks anyway. But if you need to do what you need to do, you have that too. They are set up perfectly as they, once again, continue to rebuild. I think where I was 2 weeks ago about this team is completely switched. And
we talked jokingly about shock the world. And we went out and did it. We shocked the world. I mean, like he said, if we would have just ended up with A.J. Brown, it would have been like, wow. Because I got shades of when we went and got T.O., you know? That's what it feels like to me. We went out and got a true number one. And now he's coming in. He is excited to be here. We locked him up. We gave him the money. The market is the market.
Yep.
We had to do it.
Yep.
Now we got to get him to football.
Yeah, it's really exciting. And now this offseason is going to be, it's going to go quick here now. The draft is hard. They're back. Man. They're already like practicing a little bit, but camp will be here sooner than we think. And I am juiced as this season gets closer. So
yeah, I mean, we'll see what Nakobe Dean, he's going to be there this weekend in these OTAs. It's Friday, Saturday, you know, and going to be a lot of crap going on, but he's going to be on the field.
Yeah, without a doubt. We'll talk more about that, and I think either next week or the following week the schedule comes out, so then we'll talk about
May 12th schedule release.
So we'll talk about that too.
We've recycled all those Wentz jerseys, pulled that name tag off.
Yeah.
We might even have them babies, you know, in a week.
We'll show them off. We'll show them off. Woo! All right, so thank you guys always for watching. We'll be back next Wednesday to talk about it all again. Thank you always. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at birds_squawk. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Fly Eagles Fly.
Go Birds!